Welcome back to News 19 this morning. Well, President Donald Trump has taken executive action to impose new tariffs on imports from Canada, China, and Mexico. The move fulfills campaign promises, but it's also sparked retaliatory moves that could signal an extended trade war with key trading partners. In the case we have now, China, Mexico, and Canada, and with Mexico and Canada being the closest U.S. neighbors and allies. So the big question is going to be, how is this going to affect your wallet the next time you maybe buy a car or visit the grocery store? So to break down the latest on these tariffs, we have Bill Hawk, who's an assistant professor at the Department of Economics at USC. Bill, thank you so much for stopping by this morning.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and break this down because we kind of talked about this, right before we came back on the air. How immediate are we going to be kind of feeling the effects of these tariffs?
Yeah, so yesterday when we were thinking about tariffs from, say, imports from Canada and Mexico, that probably would have had a much more immediate effect. You would have seen things, fresh produce at the grocery store being more expensive, energy prices going up. We import a lot of oil and gas from both Canada and Mexico. So that would have been more expensive, more immediate, and I think, more noticeable. There seems to at least been a pause on the tariffs from Canada and Mexico now, at least some sort of temporary deal. So we're not probably going to see that immediately, but we still have the tariffs on China. Those are going to hit things more like manufactured goods, electronics, stuff that maybe you don't buy quite as much. So you might not see that, you might not feel that immediate price jump. But it's not over. We could still see more effects before this is all over.
That's what I was going to say, because they have this kind of pause right now, this 30-day pause. So your kind of best advice right now here, as we are still kind of in this questioning period, what is kind of your biggest takeaway with all this?
Well, I think there's a lot of uncertainty, and I don't think we're going to see horrible effects right away. So I think there's no reason to panic necessarily. But I think this is something that's a bit concerning in terms of our relations, economic relations, both with Canada and Mexico, and China as well. It's something that could potentially be a bit of a drag on the U.S. economy going forward.
So this could be something that we just need to be aware of, keep it in the back of our mind, but I love this. We're not panic buying. We're not doing anything like that. We're not running to the grocery store.
You're going to be fine for the immediate future, and we're probably going to be revisiting a lot of this in about a month or so, from what I can tell. Again, high tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico, that will have a noticeable effect on your pocketbook. It's not going to be devastating. It's not it's not a enormous portion of our economy, but you would probably notice on grocery prices.
There you go, right over here. Bill Hawk, thank you so much for taking the time this morning. We very much appreciate you. We're probably going to have you on very soon in a little bit. All right, I'm going to go ahead and send things now over to meteorologist Daniel Bonds for a quick check of the weather.